for Best Music Coach. My name is Dan, and you are watching a music teacher's reaction live and in real time to Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Now, I've never heard this music before. I've never played this game before. I have nothing prepared, and everything I say, do, talk about, teach, break down, and play is going to be off the top of my head in the moment. Here we go. We're doing DLC today. This is, I think, part 5 that we've done of this very extensive soundtrack, and we're going to jump straight into DLC LRSSG Briefing 1. Say that 5 times fast. Here we go. Oh, almost thought they were going to go for like a sharp 4 there for a second. Oh, I love that syncopation thing that's happening in the trumpets right now. Oh, that's so cool. Now playing with the pulse. Listen to how those strings are so busy and they're creating so much movement and tension. And how different instruments are emphasizing different beats and different divisions at different times, and that's really what creates that feeling of the groove. Oh, I love it. Man, just take one note. Just take one note. That's how interesting one note can be. It's very interesting. One note. One note. Oh gosh, like the little emphases that are coming out. Delicious, really delicious. Now, I have heard, like, for example, this before, I believe, in the soundtrack. Now, if you're watching all these in a row and you're going, why can't he remember what he heard last stream? It's because last stream for me was like quite a few days ago. So every once in a while, I'll be like, I think I've heard this before. And if you're watching all these videos, you're like, why can't he remember what he heard yesterday? Well, it's because it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days ago. Okay, so something I want to point out to you guys is like, look, there's a lot of times in this where, sure, a whole bunch of different things are happening, but it's like there's one note being played by some instrument somewhere, or several instruments playing two different octaves of the same note, which is basically like it's like a cousin of the same note. Like you can tell it looks the same, but it sounds a little different. So like those notes are cousins. That. You know, they're a little connected, but they're not the same. One's much higher than the other. It's called an octave. And what you can hear is how much fun and just cleverness the composer's putting into having, at times, one note. I'm not quite doing it. But that's the idea. It's like you take one note, you make it so interesting, and then taking that same idea of having different emphasis on different beats, emphasis on different beats, and then taking that and putting that into when you have more notes and really creating this, it's almost like a machine thing. It's like if I close my mind's eye, it looks like, you know, that thing you could play with, or at least we had it when we were kids, and it was like it had a bunch of like pins in it with like the ends filed off, and then you could like put your hand in it and you'd see the outline of your hand and like the metal pins. It's kind of like that. It's like all these little pins kind of sticking up from the other pins. It's really cool. All right, this next one is called, by the way, type a 1 in the chat if you played with one of those when you were a kid. Type a 2 if you have no idea what I'm talking about. The next one is called DLC New Arrows Air Base Hangar. And real quick, thank you so much to all our super chats, and I will be reading all the super chats at the end of the stream. Thank you in advance for your support. Here we go. Yeah, come on, bass. Ha! Love that. Oh, yes. I love that right there. It's like, ball, and the bass just hangs there for a second and then just sickly ends the groove. Or re-enters the groove, I should say. I'm just the anticipation's there at the end. It's delicious. Oh, goodness. sick. All right, so a really beautiful bass feature here. Something I want to point out to you guys that you may hang on. I think I might have just skipped a song by accident because I was trying to press pause and it didn't pause. Anyway, hey, what I 100% love about that bass there is that it was like it wasn't soloing. Okay, so a lot of times, like you hear a guitar player solo and they'll just kind of like they're gonna like jump on a rocket ship and just go to Mars, right? But bass player here was, and sure, you hear bass players do that, you hear sax players do that, everyone does that. But this bass player just coming back and doing those hits with the groove. So like when it's going bam 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 down bam 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 right, when it's hitting the bam 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 with the groove, that's really that's a whole nother level of mastery. Because, and I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying that when guitar players don't do that, they're not mastering, but it is interesting to note that when you are showing that you can hit on the chords with the band while you solo, that's a whole nother level of being locked in, and it's a great way of demonstrating your level of control over the piece of music. This next one is called Enchanter 1. Huh. Oh, very orchestral, very sort of like cinematic. Like woodwinds call, strings respond. Not woodwind, excuse me. That's brass. The way this is mixed is fascinating. All right, drums picking up the energy. All instruments rising up. So listen to how these ideas get passed around by different instruments. It's like an echo. Idea? That sounded like organ too right there. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, LPR. Wow, we're only halfway through this too. I'm gonna save my comments for after, so I'm not talking over the music. He said talking over the music. So many ideas going on in this piece. It's wild. All right. Listen to this. Dugga dugga dum, shoga dugga dugga dum. Dugga dum. Shabba diggy dugga dum, shabba diggy dugga dum. Also interesting how both strings and horns, brass, are taking turns giving backdrops to the other. That's a sick rhythmic figure, man. So much drama. Wow. I have quite a bit to say on this. Okay, so first of all, what a deliciously and delightfully busy piece. Now, busy, what I mean is there were so many different ideas that kept on changing and evolving, and wow, so much going on. One thing I want to point out is the way it was mixed and the instruments that were used. A lot of people in the chat were going, oh, this kind of sounds like cinema. Oh, this reminds me of Star Wars, or this things like that. Yeah, And there were moments when if I was closing my eyes, like listen very carefully, it sounded like I was listening to like a real, like, like maybe Mozart, perhaps, an opera, maybe. Yeah, from like back in the day. And like even the instruments that were used, like the percussion was like classical percussion. It was cymbal, snare, bass drum. That was it for percussion. And then what I wanted to talk about in terms of the mix, which I found to be very interesting, is that at times it was mixed just like a classical recording where you actually hear the brass as if it's sitting further away. Because when you set up an orchestra, you have like strings here, like woodwinds here, and then they put the brass kind of like in the back. Like it's sort of like, the how in a classroom, a teacher might put the problem children like in the back because they don't want to be bothered with the problem children. Well, in a similar way, oftentimes brass players are put in the back. And what you could hear in the mix is it actually sounded like the brass was far away, and the mix was as if it was in an orchestra at times. And then you'd have different elements that came in which definitely were not mixed like it was in an orchestra. So really interesting to hear that. Very, very, very interesting piece of music, which I liked a lot. That was really cool. All right, this next one is called Enchanter 2. It's Ari. There will be food comparisons, analogies, and metaphors. It is only a matter of time. Just like when you put a Pop-Tart into a toaster. It's only a matter of time before that thing comes up, oh, so hot and kind of like a little juicy on the inside and warm and pliable, like it doesn't snap, it just kind of bends with you. Oh, all right, this next one is called Enchanter 2. Oh, this is sick. Oh, come on. Oh, wild. So now we're getting the same themes as we heard in Enchanter 1, but like drum kit now. And different mix, different instruments. Oh, this is sick. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Wow. I mean, this is the highest compliment. I can't tell if those drums are live or like samples that have been programmed. It could be live and then they like melodined it a little bit. It's just like so precise. And yeah, they're drummers who do that. But wow. Oh my gosh. It's brutal. I know that's some custom stuff. That'd be hard to program that. That drummer's going off though. Oh, this is sick. So also, too, what's happening here is the drummer is, like, implying that this is going twice the speed of Enchanter 1. And I'm going to break that down for you. Well, Jetstorm, I'm going to break that down. Listen to that ride cymbal, man. That's brutal. All right, now let's break down why there's such a huge difference in the energy between Enchanter 1 and Enchanter 2, and it's not just because the drums are playing, it's because how and what the drums are playing. Let's check this out. Okay, so right here, it feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we listen to Enchanter 2, it feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's interesting is that the drums essentially define the tempo. And the reason is that the snare drum and the kick drum, we're going to say we're in 4/4, which would actually work here. In 4/4, the kick drum, essentially, we're simplifying here, but the kick drum, the boom, the low sound is going to be on beats 1 and 3. The snare drum, the ka, is going to be on 2 and 4. So ka, 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 ka. And basically, because the drum is playing that fast, that means we're then going to define the tempo. Tempo means speed. Tempo is an Italian word that means time. We're in time, so the speed at which time is going by, or the speed at which time is going by relative to the music, I suppose, really is defined because that drum comes and going ka, 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 going really twice as fast as what at least I would project as being the tempo of Enchanter 1. So essentially what's happening is Enchanter 1 and Enchanter 2, it's basically the same music, but what's happening is in Enchanter 2, it's being shown that perhaps the whole time it's really been twice as fast as we thought Enchanter 1 was. This next one is called Sight Hound. Sight Hound? Sight Hound. Sight Hound. Continue. I'm counting groups of 7 here. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. Oh, this is sick. Oh god, the way those strings. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. I think we're getting hints at the chord progression we heard like 3 songs ago. So much tension. Four. Oh, then something totally different. I was about to start calling out the chord changes and then I was like, no. Whoa. Well, I have no idea what's happening in the game right now. Other than maybe it was tension leading up to a moment and now someone got shot down in a plane, maybe. Or it was tension leading up to a discovery of something. Those would be my 2 theories. That was wild. Yeah. Okay, what was really cool there is that the buildup and the tension basically didn't stop for the whole song. And as soon as I started to call out the chord changes, like as soon as I started to like find where I thought I knew everything was going to be and anticipate everything, it was like, no, sir, completely changed it up. 100% loved it. All right, let's listen to this next one, which is called Anchorhead Raid. Oh yeah, come on, drummer. You got that drummer under there that's just like, you know, wow, this changing this electronic direction now. Ooh. Oh, I love the groove. Oh yeah. Oh, come on now. Love those kind of... there it was. It was like metallic snare sound. Oh. What a wild tune. It's not over yet. We're like halfway through. Sorry. I want to type a response in the chat. Got a double window situation here. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm sorry. That was so cool. All right. So a couple things. It's really interesting to hear that transition from like it's like acoustic drums and it goes like all electronic, like techno, and then back and forth. I think something else is like I mean, there's so much going on. Obviously, each one of these songs, and I think I say this a lot of times, each one of these songs, we could do a whole hour breaking down each one of these songs, right? But I think one of the really cool things too about this is that you can hear that the way the drums are being played, it's like it's jazz influenced, like with the last one, and it's really not rock in the gestures. I mean, yeah, there were moments in the last one where there was some rock, but like just the way the ride cymbals being used, like those kind of patterns and fills and like the use of the toms and stuff, very jazz influence. So interesting to hear that sort of jazz, really a lot of energy drums being combined with everything else that is going on here. Hey, let's listen to another one. This one is called Mimic, Range, and Scream. Personally, I prefer Sage Ice Cream, but that's just me. Here we go. Yeah, again, jazz influence in the drums. Oh, sick. Oh, come on now. Oh, please. Don't. Oh my goodness, it's like manic. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go! It's like jazz meets funk meets metal. Almost like Incubus with a little bit more jazz. Well, before this part. Oh, come on, break it down, fellas. Woo! Man, this is also like a little Screaming Headless Torso-y. Like, even just this drum beat right here is like, oh. Love the keyboard instrument switching out there. From organ to piano. Multiple pianos. Sick. Oh my goodness. Easily my favorite track of the entire soundtrack. Easily. I love that moment where they just got like belligerent. Where was that? For this. Yeah, this part here. Oh my gosh, we gotta listen to this again. Here. Oh, it's like a on the organ. The right at the end too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right, if you like music like that, I'm going to give you a couple things to check out. Number 1, Hellborg, Lane, and Sipe. Number 2, check out Greg Howe. 3, Snarky Puppy. 4, Screaming Headless Torsos. 5, pretty much everything by Dave Fujinski. Let me see. That's a good place to start. But wow, that was a ton of fun. Oh. Unreal. Oh boy. Smacks, you just missed me losing my ever-loving mind over the crazy epic awesomeness that is Mimic, Rage, and Scream, but not to worry. You can always rewind and catch that. All right, let's listen to the next one, which is DLC LRSSG Debriefing 1. See, even this debriefing is like a little naughty. Like, listen to that bass line, man. Doubled with that synth. Can I say I think this is the funnest debriefing music we've heard so far? Like, not good, bad, just fun. Just fun. All right, guys, we are going to pause here for today. Hey, like, subscribe, crush that notification bell, because we're going to come back for one last part of this where we're going to listen to the last mission, along with a bunch of extra game version things like Friendly Fire game version, Mimic Rage version, Mimic Scream version, Determination, and all that in the next stream. Not Scream. So please hit like, subscribe, crush that notification bell, and we're going to read some super chats and rock and roll that kind of way. See if I can figure it out. And okay, dang, he's our man. If he can't do it, someone else probably could figure it out. Okay, here we go. Smacks, I hope you have a sick day. I mean, I hope you are healthy, but you have like an awesome day, is what I mean by sick. Just to be clear. I wish you good health and fortune in all your endeavors. Okay. Komradsky says Ace Combat Series. You got it, Komradsky. Stormblade FH. Hey, Stormblade. Stormblade says, I would love to see the Bloodborne OST, main game, and DLC get some love on the channel. With a smiley face with some sunglasses. I think that's a cool face. And a thumbs up. You got a Stormblade. The Scientician. Hey, Scientician. Scientician says, happy to tune in and listen to this OST with you and chat. Never play these games with music is very epic. Add this to Super Metroid. You got it, Scientician. Rock Bomber says, love the reactions. Put this towards Octopath Traveler. It's super good, and a second game for it got announced recently. You got it, Rock Bomber. And by the way, shout out to Stormblade FH and Rock Bomber. I think this is the first time uses super chatted, so thank you so much for your support and for your super chats. BM Viewer, possibly also a first-time super chatter. Thank you for your support and for your super chat. BM Viewer says, hello, I do very much appreciate the way you react and break down all kinds of music. I would like to put my donation in support to getting you to listen to the OST of Made in Abyss, which I believe has already been requested. Keep doing good work. Thank you, BM Viewer. You keep doing good work. And you got it. Rubberman202. Rubberman202 says, can you math? In other words, could you please do a split between Cuphead and Delicious and Wario L and for... Oh, I'm never going to live that down. Sure, you got it, Rubberman. 100%. Thank you for your support and thank you for your super chat, as always. Stormblade FH. Stormblade said, I appreciate your streams very much. Wonderful and educational background noise. It's great for when I'm at work. I'm glad that you can use this for your work jams. Thank you again for all you do. We did this Bloodborne fun, so I suppose this will go through it again. You got it. Bloodborne again, Stormblade FH. Thanks for your double support. Thanks for your double super chat. T-Mac1313 says, I'm satisfied with Mother 3's position on the list, so I've decided to champion a new OST. Put this towards Sonic Adventure 1. And thus, T-Mac laid down the handkerchief from the Lady Mother 3 and tied the handkerchief from a Lady Sonic Adventure before returning to the joust as the champion. You get it? Champion. Okay. Pikachu. Oh, guys, we have a Pokemon in the stream. Pikachu says, Pika Pika, Pika 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 Pika, Pika 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 Pika, Pika Pika, Pika Pika, Pika 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 Pika, Pikachu, Pika Pika, Pika, Pika Pika, Pika 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 Pika. No, sorry, I said that part wrong. Pika Pika, Pika 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 Pika, Pika Pika Pikachu, which translated into English is a lot shorter than how it goes in Pikachu. And in English, that just means, since there was some Bloodborne upvotes earlier, I'd like that Dart Souls 1 to the list. You got it, Pikachu. Jetstorm. Hey, Jetstorm, thank you for your super chat. And by the way, super cool profile pic. Looks like you're up in a jet there. Really cool. I can't quite see, it's very small, but Jetstorm says, glad you like Mimic. Yes, that was awesome. Ace Combat 5 is next on my listening watch list. Thank you for the streams. I will 100% use your super chat to upvote Ace Combat 5. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for hanging out. We all do this together. Like yabba doo dabba dabba. Chingity chingy doo. I will see y'all next time. Take care. It is a monkey flying a jet. So it's not you, it's a monkey. I can't see Jetstorm. I'd see the jet. It kind of looks like someone with some aviator. Oh, I can kind of see the monkey. Anywho, I will see y'all next time. Enjoy the view of the top of my head as I now see in the replay. Proven I don't have a bald spot yet, and let's keep that rocking and rolling. I will see y'all next time. Take care and goodbye.